This small block Chevy is 70 years old and we teamed up with Summit Racing to build one. So in the last episode of this series, we assembled this 435 cubic inch short block. It's based on a Summit Racing SPC block. This is a fantastic new block that looks just like a 350, but is got a whole bunch of great things going for it. And it's got a ton more displacement, which is great for horsepower and torque. We've got a dyno scheduled on Friday, so we're gonna do the top end today. Aluminum cylinder heads, a big hydraulic roller camshaft, a whole bunch of good speed parts, so stick around as we get it done. We're installing our Summit Stage 7 Pro SPC camshaft. It's got 252, 258 degrees of duration at 50 thou. It's ground on 110 degree lobe separation, and the valve lift is just under 600 with our 1.6 rockers. The good news about this cam mic is that it is a hydraulic roller and not a flat tappet.
No more going flat, huh? And sending junk all through your engine.
Exactly. I mean, it's a little bit more reliable. They make a bunch more power. They open the valve quicker. It's the way that you build a modern engine.
Yeah.
You know, you don't typically use flat tappets anymore, so we've got a really good hydraulic roller.
Yeah.
I've got the degree wheel on it right now. We used a piston stop to find true top dead center. And we've got the dial indicator on the intake lifter, the degree wheel here, and we're gonna roll it around and make sure that all of our valve events are happening when they're supposed to happen.
We hope.
We hope. 050, we are opening intake at 18 degrees before TDC. 050 on the nose. 15.
We noticed here that the taller boss on this block could be an issue getting the lifters in with the cylinder heads on, so we'll put them in now before we have that issue.
No, that's a good catch, Mike. The boss for the lifters on the Summit SPC block are substantially reinforced and a little bit taller than what you would see on a production block. So on a small block Chevy, you don't have to put the lifters in before the cylinder heads like you do with an LS, but on this block, you actually might, depending on what lifters you're running. If I had to take a cylinder head off after I torqued it down, I would not be in a great mood, so I'm very glad that you caught that. This is my favorite part of this build. This is a Trick Flow DHC 200 head, and I love this because it's aluminum, but it's got the camel hump marks. This is so cool because the camel hump head back in the day was the fuelie head, and that was the small block head that you really wanted. It was the best head that GM made in the 60s, and if you had one of these, you were really somebody. So for the 70th anniversary Summit build, we thought it's gotta look the right part. It needs to have a camel hump head. But I still wanted to make power, and I didn't want to run an iron head, I wanted to run an aluminum head. So we've got our aluminum head, it's got a full CNC ported 200cc intake runner, a fully CNC ported exhaust runner. These will tolerate 600 lift, they have hydraulic roller springs in them. So we get all of the best parts of like that nostalgic GM look with a cylinder head that still makes power.
More power, and they don't hurt your back as much when you're lifting them, you know?
Can't do this with a cast iron head. This is so much better.
Well, some people can, but
not me.
I'm not
Definitely
one of those
not
people
me.
either. Yeah.
So the Summit SPC block uses a blind head bolt hole. A traditional small block is going to use a head bolt hole that goes into water and coolant, and you would use Teflon or something like that to seal the bolt to prevent coolant from weeping. But because the holes are blind, we're going to use ARP assembly lubricant. There's no need for that Teflon.
Good thing we did this before we put the heads on.
The lifters that I'm using for this engine build are Summit Racing hydraulic rollers. These are a retrofit roller, so they use a vertical link bar. Those are installed. We've got Trick Flow 5/16 thick wall push rods, and then we're finishing up top with a 1.6 ratio Trick Flow aluminum roller rocker. I've installed these, and I use the exhaust opening intake closing method, but it's so easy to set the rockers when you can look down the cam tunnel and make sure that you're on the base circle. So these are all installed, ready to go. We're gonna flip the engine over, put the oil pan on, the oil pump, seal it up, and then we're ready for paint.
Yep.
That's a noise.
That's two. There was 2 scrapes now. There's a 3rd scrape. Oh yeah, there's a hit there and there.
Let's put the oil pan gasket on. For this build, because it's got a 4-inch stroke crank, this engine's gonna turn a lot of RPM. I chose a Summit Racing high volume, high pressure oil pump, and we went with a Mylodon pan. So this is the pickup for the Mylodon pan. We just installed that. We mocked up the pan with the gasket, which amazingly clears our 4-inch stroke right out of the box, which is great. I think we're good. We thought we were gonna have to do a bunch of grinding and hammering. Everything fits great, so we're gonna install the oil pan, seal this thing up, and it's time to turn it Chevy orange. So the original plan on this engine was to use a stamped steel timing cover. It kind of fit the aesthetic and it looked a little bit more nostalgic and like a traditional small block, but it did not clear our roller cams, so we went with a Comp Cams 2-piece cover. And this is a really, really cool piece. It doesn't look period correct, but it's so awesome that I had to talk about it for a second. So this cover uses a shell that bolts to the face of the engine, and then the cover goes on like that. And that's gonna allow us to make changes to the cam timing on the dyno if we want to. But what I really wanted to point out was this super trick timing setup from Summit. The upper timing gear is actually a 2-piece steel that allows the loosening of these 6 bolts, and you can pivot the timing gear on itself, and there's 6 degrees of advance or retard built into that. So that gives us a ton of adjustment, and it allows us to do it without having to pull a harmonic balancer, without having to take the oil pan off, and it just makes things a little bit nicer on the dyno. I work with a lot of car parts, and when I see something that's pretty cool, kind of like to call it out. Well, another day of work is complete on our 70th anniversary Summit Racing small block. We've got our cheater Trick Flow camel hump heads in, our full valve trains installed. It's Chevy orange, it looks the part. We've got one more day to get this thing finished because we have to have it on the dyno on Friday. So next time we're gonna install our induction system, our fuel injection, and get this thing completely buttoned up to where we can go see what kind of power it makes. It kills me to paint this orange. This is such a nice setup, but we have to. That brushed aluminum look. It brings out all the fly cutter marks.